Chapter 61, Commonwealth Games, Delhi, 2010. Trials for the Commonwealth Games were complete and the invitation had arrived at my house. I was in the England team, on my way to the Commonwealth Games in Delhi, India. To add to this achievement, I was the only disabled female who had made the team. How amazing! I felt so proud of this, but a little worried that I would feel left out. I was to be part of the able-bodied England team, which left me as a disabled addition and a couple of Paralympic male swimmers who had also made the team. I needn't have worried because my roommate, Stacey Tad, was so welcoming and so amazing. Billy Pye had to come with me as my coach. Billy is Welsh, and he had to be a part of the England team even though he was very Welsh. Billy and I received loads of team kit with England written all over it. I felt especially proud of this. Even though I was disabled, I would be in the team with all the able-bodied swimmers. I was almost back where I had left off when the MS attacked. This is almost my able life back on track. I was so excited to be back. England kit. Not England Paralympic knocked down with MS disabled kit. England able-bodied kit. The holding camp for Delhi was in Qatar, which is in Saudi Arabia. I was going back to my birthplace, which I felt so happy about. Would it be like my memories of Jeddah and all those wonderful times I'd had there? Would it be roasting hot like it was in my memories? Roasting hot? Yes. Like my memories? Kind of. The area and the streets in Qatar seem the same as Jeddah, with the same dust and the same buildings and mosques everywhere. The Arabs walking around with their white cloths, which almost looked like a uniform to stay cool. The females were all covered in their black abaya, which is a long black robe that covers their body, and a hijab, which covers their face. I remember those from Jeddah, and they felt very familiar to me. Our training venue was an incredible facility, with undercover football pitches, running tracks, and swimming pool after swimming pool after swimming pool. The hotel where we stayed was absolutely stunning, and they had blue crystal seats that I almost didn't want to sit on in case I broke them. I felt so incredibly important and special. I absolutely loved the holding camp and felt very refreshed and ready for my races and my trip to India. Delhi was so exciting. It is also another venue I can tick off my area list. I have now been to India and have gone back to Saudi Arabia for the holding camp after all this time. Amazing. Delhi 2010 Commonwealth Games Village, near Akshardham Temple, Delhi 110092, India. Travelling to the swimming pool from the Commonwealth Village was quite an experience, as we had armed guards on the bus with us. It was so exciting. We had gunmen everywhere. There were gunmen on the buses in front of us, gunmen on the bus behind us, gunmen on the bus with us. Incredible. We stayed in the village quite close to the Taj Mahal, which is one of the places in the world everyone has to see. I was so impressed by the stunning building. India seems to be one of those places which has a huge rich and poor divide, where you can see the amazing expensive buildings, but then also see the naked children by the side of the road. The poverty is a real shame, and as ever, I wish to help them all. Something that Delhi is renowned for is Delhi belly. Delhi belly is sickness and diarrhea. We had been given a warning that Delhi belly was caused by food with sauces, so therefore I ate next to nothing. I was very worried about this. I stayed very meticulous about anything I ate, making sure that nothing had anything resembling a sauce. In the end, all I ate was plain pasta and pizza. I lost quite a lot of weight, but I don't think it mattered because I didn't get sick. Half the squad, however, did get sick, and just listening to conversation was quite revolting, with all the good swimmers being knocked down by this bug that we had been pre-warned about. I was so glad I hadn't listened to my hungry belly that was saying, "You will be fine," and instead listened to my brain which said, "Listen to the warnings." The Commonwealth site was incredible, and something that amazed me was that when there were too many monkeys on the site, the wardens had to bring apes onto the site on the end of a leash to scare or get rid of some of the monkeys. This seems quite crazy, but definitely made me feel very special and lucky that I was in India. A once-in-a-lifetime experience, I am sure. HRH, Prince Charles came and watched us train in the outdoor pool, which was in the village, and said how lovely we all were. I felt so proud that a member of the royal family had come all that way to wish us good luck. The outdoor pool, however, was very dirty with all sorts of creatures floating around dead in the water. My room was very bare, but we were all given a Delhi Commonwealth Games single duvet cover and a pillowcase, which most of us took home to show our parents and keep as a good memento. A wonderful souvenir of a wonderful memory. The room, however, was very basic and not quite finished, as the showers were without tiles. It was so strange not to have everything that a normal hotel room would have, and it made the whole experience seem extra special. Stacey and I laughed and laughed when we noticed the parts of the rooms that were only a little bit complete. All the helpers in Delhi tried their hardest and always were smiling and wanted us to enjoy our stay. Good job, guys. Stacey and I loved our stay. The races that I swam in were very amazing. As a disabled S9 classification female swimmer, I was only allowed to swim 3 events: 100 metres butterfly, 100 metres freestyle, and 50 metres freestyle. There were no other classifications competing there at all for females. The male disabled swimmers were a little more fortunate, as they could take 3 swimmers from 3 different classifications, S8, S9 and S10, for different events. I felt very special, though, being the only disabled girl swimming for England. I came second in both the 100 metres freestyle and the 100 metres butterfly races, which I was very proud of. Something really weird happened, though, in my third race, the 50 metres freestyle. The swimmers had all been called up ready to start the final, but somebody did a false start. The gun went, so I started and swam on, noticing that nobody was swimming the race with me. Looking around on both sides, I wondered what on earth had happened. I stopped swimming to see that nobody else had dived in. What? The gun had sounded. I swam over to the wall and climbed out with one of the swimming team helpers, helping me to stand. What on earth happened then? I asked, very annoyed that I would have to re-swim the race. Stephanie, you should have finished the race, because then the other swimmers would have all been disqualified. You did everything right. Surprise, surprise. In the end, I only won a bronze medal for the 50 metres freestyle, but truthfully, I had to swim further than everyone else. I was awarded a medal and a scarf for winning my 2 second and 1 third place medals. I gave one of the scarves to Stacey because she had been such a great roommate, and one to my dad for his support, and because, although he was a very well-travelled person, he had always wanted to go to India, but had never had the opportunity. Something that I will remember forever was the naked children on the roads. The children had nothing. I felt so sorry for them, and looking up I saw a monkey in the tree. At least the monkey had a home and could catch some food. These children had nothing. Billy Pye did a lovely thing by going into a very dirty hidden slum close to the Commonwealth competition site. After the competition and closing ceremony, he gave a lot of his Commonwealth kit and some bottles of water to the families living there. They loved those presents and smiled and waved as Billy left the area. At long last, somebody wanted to help them. At long last, they were not alone. He was violently sick after his visit, with a putrid smell of human feces that lingered in his mind for days. His thoughts still go back to that awful smell and the lack of anything. Absolutely anything. Billy kept telling us about this particular child's smile, and I wish I had gone with him. It would have been something I would have treasured forever, giving someone something that will make them happy, even if it was only for a few hours. For the next Commonwealth Games in Glasgow 2014, S9 females were given 100 metres breaststroke as the main race, so I didn't compete for this competition. It feels so strange to only be considered as an add-on to the able-bodied Commonwealth Games. Maybe one day this will change. The Commonwealth Games in Delhi was such an incredible experience for me, and I loved everything about them. They were a definite learning curve and a chance to see many things I had only ever dreamed about. Another amazing experience and an incredible opportunity.